Unit 2 Supplementary Zigzag. This is a story about a bird, Zigzag. The full name of Zigzag is Ziggy Zaga, King of the Tonga. This bird is a multilingual talking and singing bird. The word multilingual is who can speak more than 4 languages. Here, Zigzag can speak 21 languages. Isn't it amazing? Let us know about the author, Asha Nehemiah. She is a child author, was born in the year 1958 in Chennai, has studied and worked in 8 different cities and small towns, and now stays in Bangalore. Her hobbies are baking, walking, reading, and traveling. Now the author talks about her style of writing storybooks.
Yeah, humor is certainly a very strong element in my books, and I think it's because I love reading funny stories, so you end up writing the kind of stories you really love. And humor also integrates so beautifully with all the other elements I like to use: adventure, mystery, suspense. And I also, when I write books, I really like to make it most unexpected.
The main characters of the story: Dr. T. Krishnan's family. He has his wife, son Arvind, and his daughter Maya. They even have a maid named Lakshmi. Next is Somu's family, where Somu is friend of Dr. T. Krishnan, and he had a cook named Visu. Dr. Krishnan is a child specialist, so his clinic usually sounded noisy because of the howling and cry of children. One evening, Dr. Krishnan's wife visited his clinic. She was irritated because of the sound. Doctor apologized and told that his friend Somu called him and Somu wanted to take care of his pet, Zigzag, till he comes back from Alaska. Dr. Krishnan refused by saying no, but Somu thought that he said yes because of the crying noise in the clinic. Dr. Krishnan admits that his wife is very busy with her painting exhibition, which is going to be held next week. So she doesn't know who's going to take care of Somu's pet Zigzag. Zigzag, exclaimed by Dr. Krishnan's 9-year-old daughter Maya, and she asked, "Isn't that Somu's uncle giant green and gold fighting beetle? The one who spits poison to opponent eyes?" No, refused by older brother Arvind. He also added, "The beetle is called Spitfire. Zigzag must be a snake." "You both mistaken," interrupted by Dr. Krishnan, and revealed that Zigzag is a harmless, lovable bird. An African witch doctor gifted this bird to Somu. Mrs. Krishnan says, "Somu may be your best friend, but whatever he gifted us, it makes trouble to us." And she started to explain. "Do you remember the insect-eating plant? While giving it, he promised that it would eat mosquitoes. But what happened now? We need a room heater to keep it alive." But Arvind opposed. He said, "But you don't remember the penknife he gifted us last year? It has been really useful." Maya also supported his brother. Mrs. Krishnan said, "Maya, you should not support him because you tore 3 skirts and 2 pairs of jeans with that knife." Arvind said, "Then what about Boomerang, which he brought from Australia? You can't deny it, mother." Mrs. Krishnan replied, "Did you forget, Arvind, that boomerang cut the TV wires, damage to several cars, and knock out watchmen?" Now, Dr. Krishnan opposed by saying, "But Zigzag is different." He also said that we may love Zigzag because the bird knows 21 languages. If it starts to sing, the voice can attract thousands of hearts. Mrs. Krishnan says, "I think it is useless. I have many other work, especially painting." Then Aravind requested his father that he wanted to take Zigzag to school. He wants to exhibit in the science exhibition. Maya inquired, "When Zigzag is coming?" Dr. Krishnan explained. Somu said that he would send Zigzag with his old cook, Visu. When they opened the door, it was Visu and Zigzag. Dr. Krishnan's family was shocked to see the Zigzag because it looked strange and weird. "This is Zigzag," said Visu. Tried to make him speak, but all in vain. So he brought some pieces of fruits and nuts to feed it. Zigzag picked up a walnut, but he refused to speak. So Visu said, "Just wait till Zigzag settles down in this new house." Then Visu and Dr. Krishnan left from his house. When Visu left from his house, Zigzag fell asleep and began to snore. It began as a soft grumble, a sort of rumble, then grew louder and louder. Maya says, as per the scientific fact, a bird couldn't snore, and she tries to water on Zigzag to wake up. Finally, she wetted most of the curtain and sofa instead. Aravind gave ferocious sound like lion and hyena. But Zigzag slept on undisturbed and snored louder. Mrs. Krishnan blamed everyone, so everybody moves to the bedroom. Suddenly, her maid Lakshmi screamed from the painting studio. Everybody rushed into it and found Lakshmi dancing, and she said, "We have been blessed for a long time. See the pieces of fruits and nuts. Those are falling as rain." By saying this, she switched on the fan on which Zigzag kept some of the fruits and nuts. Before Lakshmi realized, a piece of fruit falls on her cheek and a walnut hit on her forehead. A papaya fruit fell over Mrs. Krishnan's painting, a masterpiece painting. Mrs. Krishnan got more angry and she tried to shoot Zigzag. But suddenly the telephone rang. Mrs. Krishnan picked up the call. It was Mrs. Junjunwala, the art critic. She requested to stop her singing class, and the other neighbors also asked to stop the strange sound. With a lot of anger, Mrs. Krishnan called her husband and informed everything. And she also requested her husband to find out his friend Somu. The next moment, Dr. Krishnan left his clinic. Before leaving, he sent an email to Somu requesting how to stop Zigzag snoring sound, and he convinced his neighbors too. Days passed. Dr. Krishnan checks his mail daily. 6 days over. 6 days. They can't tolerate that snoring sound. Maya complains that she heard the snoring sound repeatedly in her eardrum. Aravind told for the first time he wished to go to school. Mrs. Krishnan lost interest in painting. So 6 cruel days over. This is the 7th day. An email arrived from Somu. Somu replied, I've ever heard Zigzag snore. In fact, Zigzag hardly ever sleeps. Love, Somu. He also says, if you are finding it difficult, ask my cook Visu to keep Zigzag. On that day, Mrs. Krishnan compelled her husband to take off Zigzag from the house because few of her friends would visit her home. So, Dr. Krishnan brought Zigzag to his clinic and warned it not to sleep anymore. As he opened his door, he heard a strange voice which says, Hey there, blue t-shirt, don't jump on sofa. And you, hey red dress, don't swing on curtain. Yes, it was Zigzag's voice, bold and commanding voice. The next moment, there was pin-drop silence. Dr. Krishnan was amazed. Usually, noisy clinic turned silent place. Patients are consoled because naughty children became silent. Zigzag started to sing and narrate French poem.
God bless you. Hi, sweetie.
Want a cookie?
Who let the dog out? Who?
It's a telephone.
With the turkey. Gobble, 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 gobble. What's a seal? Or grapes? It's good.
Which make a complete peaceful silence in the clinic. After that, Zigzag never slept. At that moment, Mrs. Krishnan called her husband and said that she had sold the painting for 5,000 rupees. Dr. Krishnan was shocked and asked, How? Isn't that the painting the papaya fell over? She replied, Yes, but the customer liked the papaya splash particular and appreciated me also. She laughed for a moment and told to bring back the bird Zigzag to home. Dr. Krishnan also felt very happy and gave a toffee to Zigzag. Zigzag ate the toffee and winked his eyelid. So by this story, I can say, when you own a bird, happiness is all around you. Keep them as your best companion. I think you have understood the story.